Much of the information we have today about the Kushana Empire and its kings comes from the Rabatak inscription, which was found in the late 20th century, written in stone in 2 ancient languages. According to this inscription, King Kanishka of the Kushana Empire was the successor of JAMES Kenneth, who, like all of Kanishka's predecessors, was pagan. The Rabatak inscription details a long genealogy of Kushan kings, offering further information about the Kushana Empire and about those who ruled over it. King Kanishka was of Yuezhi ethnicity and spoke an Indo-European language. He also used the Greek script. Kanishka is considered to be one of the greatest Buddhist kings, along with Ashoka, Menander, and Harshavardhana. Kanishka was particularly close to the Buddhist scholar Asvaghosha, who was his religious advisor. While there is some disagreement on the exact period of King Kanishka's reign, there is no question that he was an exceptionally powerful and influential Buddhist monarch. Kanishka is renowned for his military, political, and spiritual achievements throughout the Buddhist world. He established his capital city at Peshawar in Pakistan and converted to Buddhism, which allowed for the spread of Buddhism into the western part of Asia. He is famous for having created an elaborate coin system, which gives the greatest amount of historical insight into his politics. The early coins were almost entirely written in the Greek language and script portraying Greek divinities. Later on, however, Kanishka adopted the Bactrian language for his coins and began to portray a number of Iranian divinities along with the Greek gods. Altogether, Hindu, Buddhist, Greek, Persian, and Sumerian Elamite divinities were used on Kanishka's coins. Mostly due to the conditions of these coins, sources have placed Kanishka's ascension on the throne between 100 and 144 AD. Kanishka's achievements as a Buddhist monarch are considered legendary. Not only did he spend an incredible amount of money constructing Buddhist monasteries throughout his empire, he also had the great Stupa at Peshawar built. This Stupa remains as an example of Buddhist architecture to this present day. Kanishka encouraged the spread of Mahayana Buddhism and the growth of several schools of art. In particular, he is known for advancing the Gandhara school of Greco-Buddhist art and the Mathura school of Hindu art. However, his greatest contribution to Buddhist history would arguably be that he convened the Fourth Buddhist Council in Kashmir. The effects of these contributions, however, can only be understood after the extent of Kanishka's empire is revealed. King Kanishka's empire controlled an incredibly vast amount of territory. At its height, the Kushana Empire was spread all throughout South Asia, Central Asia, China, and even into the West. In South Asia, the Kushana Empire controlled the sea trade routes, thereby controlling the goods and capital as far south as Madura, India. It was by controlling these trade routes that Kanishka was able to spread Buddhism as far as he did. In Central Asia, the Kushana Empire is known to have extended as far as the Ganges Valley. However, full knowledge of Kanishka's hold over this area is less well established and argued among scholars today. It is known that the Kushana Empire in China extended to Khotan, Kashgar, and Yarkand. These were in the Tarim Basin. As for the west, evidence shows that the empire may well have extended from Osus and Bukhara. Northwest, the empire reached as far as Bokhara. Knowing the full reach of the Kushana Empire, one can begin to understand why King Kanishka's religious allegiances were so important. To fully take into account King Kanishka's impact on Buddhism, one must first take a closer look at the Fourth Buddhist Council. During this council, the Tripitaka was extensively edited, allowing the 3 baskets of Buddhist commentary to come into being in their current form. Perhaps even more importantly, this council allowed for the creation of Mahayana's fundamental principles and the rise of Mahayana Buddhism. A memorial mound was created for the treaties, which were written on copper plates and enclosed in stone boxes so they could be preserved for future generations. Kanishka Stupa at Peshawar, another monument to Buddhism, ranks among the wonders of the ancient world with a diameter of 286 feet. In the first year of this stupa, the Kanishka casket was created, which is said to house 3 bone fragments of the Buddha. Relics of the Buddha are particularly important to Buddhism because they are believed to have special power and to imbue the ruler and empire who possesses them with a great amount of merit. Today, this casket is at the Peshawar Museum, although one may see a copy at the British Museum. The Buddhist coins that Kanishka left behind were comparatively few. Many deities from many religions were featured, which illustrates the Kushana Empire's tolerant religious view. Kanishka was not spreading Buddhism forcefully in his empire. The coins themselves show Kanishka on the obverse and Buddha on the reverse side of each coin. However, the image of the Buddha, which shows his oversized ears and spread feet, is considered corrupted. The script on these coins reads Bodho and Siddhartha Gautama. As the examples show, Kanishka invested a great deal of energy and capital in promoting Buddhism throughout his empire. The discrepancies in the dates of Kanishka's reign, however, lie with these examples as well. Studies have shown that Buddhist legends place his time periods at 57 BC, inscriptions at 78 AD, Chinese sources at 115 AD, and comparison with Roman coins in the 3rd century. This latest date, however, is rejected by most scholars because of recent study of the coins in Roman usage and because of the Kushano-Sasanian empires. King Kanishka II is known to have lost control of Bactria in Central Asia when the Sasanians conquered the region, making Ardashir I the first Sasanian king. His reign is commonly accepted to have taken place from 226 to 239 AD. Shapur I, who is seen as the most likely candidate to have fully conquered the Kushan Empire, reigned from 240 to 273 AD. Among the Gupta kings, whose line began around 319 AD, King Samudragupta claimed that King Shaka of the Kushan line is subordinate to him between 320 and 375 AD. The earlier dates are also rejected by many scholars due to evidence from Chinese sources and, as mentioned, the most recent study of Kanishka's coins in Rome. The city of Khotan in China gives evidence of Kushan control between 107 and 127 AD. A Buddhist chronicle in this time names Kanishka as the king, placing him around 105 AD and 116 AD. These periods are close enough that the sources are commonly accepted by scholars. Furthermore, Kushana coins found buried in Rome are placed to have been made around between 128 AD and 137 AD. Most scholars on this evidence agree that Kanishka's time period was around 120 AD. Kanishka's reign is unquestionably a high point in Buddhist history, marked with great religious, philosophical, and political accomplishments. He also managed to spread Buddhism throughout a vast empire and create several monuments to Buddhism that have stood the test of time. His reputation as a strong leader and a good Buddhist will likewise continue far into the future.